These are the 7 wonders of the world. Number 7. Statue of Zeus at Olympia, Greece. The statue of Zeus was designed in 450 BC. The architect Liban designed the statue. Phidias carved the statue, and he was considered the greatest sculptor in Greece. Its sheer magnitude continues to astound us today. The ivory statue reached a height of 4-story buildings. The statue of Zeus was carved sitting on cedar wood throne that had inlaid ivory, ebony, gold, and jewels. It has been commented that if Zeus were to stand up, he would unroof the table. Zeus was of course the head of the gods in Greece, and Zeus was also carved with a golden robe and sandals. The statue survived earthquakes and was moved to Constantinople in AD 394. The statues of Zeus were partially destroyed by a fire in AD 462. A few of its columns are all that remain standing today. Number 6. Temple of Artemis at Ephesus, Selçuk, Turkey. The Temple of Artemis at Ephesus in Turkey was built to honor the Greek goddess of nature and hunting. It was finished around 550 BC. The temple was destroyed by an intentionally set fire in 356 BC. The length of the temple was over 350 feet by 180 feet. It had 127 marble columns that were 60 feet high. The temple was used as a marketplace and to worship at. It also held art and sculptures. The Temple of Artemis was destroyed in 262 CE and was not built again. Small pieces of the temple are all that remains. Number 5. Hanging Gardens of Babylon, Al-Hilakh, Iraq. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon have actually been debated as to their actual existence. It is believed that Nebuchadnezzar built the gardens. He ruled Babylon around the year 600 BC. The reason for the debate surrounding the gardens stems from a lack of evidence. No actual gardens have ever been found, nor have the gardens been mentioned in ancient documents. It is Greek scholars who spoke of them. Greek accounts detail mountains of gardens rising above each other, various trees and plants and flowers hanging from all sides. However, in order to water these hanging gardens, water must have been channeled through the Euphrates River through the rather dry region to the gardens. It is believed that in the 1st century BC, an earthquake ruined the Hanging Gardens. As for that debate about their existence, some believe it is simply because the location was wrong. This lack of belief in the gardens was also due to the lack of first-hand accounts. Most historians believe that the gardens have been destroyed, and 2 German archaeologists spent almost 20 years searching and returned empty-handed. Though it is thought by some historians that approximately 300 miles north of Babylon, in the Nevaeh, was where the Hanging Gardens were actually located. Number 4. Tomb of Mausolus at Halikarnassus. The tomb of Mausolus at Halikarnassus was built in Turkey around 353 BC. It was built to house the remains of a Persian king and queen. King Mausolus and Queen Artemisa were entombed in this tomb, and the tomb was designed by Pytheas and Sertorius, 2 Greek architects. It overlooked the city of Halikarnassus. The height of the tomb reached 135 feet. It was decorated with statues, bas-reliefs, sort of 3-dimensional carvings, and multiple ornate columns. This is where the modern term for a palace to intern a body comes from, a mausoleum. The word now means any large tomb. The tomb of Mausolus was destroyed in the 14th century by an earthquake. Number 3. The Great Pyramid of Giza in Cairo, Egypt. One of the best known wonders of the world is the Pyramid. The Great Pyramid is the only standing wonder of all 7 wonders. The town of Giza had 3 pyramids built. The Great Pyramid was the largest one built. Giza is now in modern-day Cairo. It was constructed around 2560 BC to intern the Egyptian pharaoh Khufu. It is believed that the pyramid took over 20 years to build. The size of the pyramid would have demanded anywhere from 14,000 men to 360,000 men to construct the tomb. Standing at over 480 feet tall and 755 feet long, the Great Pyramid also had each corner oriented with the cardinal directions. It is made up of over 2.3 million blocks of stone. Each stone used to build the Great Pyramid is estimated to weigh over 2 tons each. Number 2. Colossus at Rhodes, Greece. The Colossus of Rhodes was a statue of a male figure. It was built on the Greek island of Rhodes in 280 BC. It was destroyed quite soon after in 2026 BC by an earthquake. Historians believe that the statue was erected to honor Helios, the sun god. Additionally, the people of Rhodes magnificently defended their homeland against a siege in 305 BC by the Macedonian leader Demetrius Poliorcetes. The statue was designed by sculptor Charles of Lindos. It stood 111 feet tall and stood on a 50-foot tall platform as well. In 2008, the government on Rhodes began planning to construct another Colossus. It was not intended to be a replacement or a mere mimicking of the original. Instead, it was going to be a completely new and different light sculpture, possibly the Earth's largest light sculpture. Finally, on to number 1, Lighthouse of Alexandria, Pharos Island, Alexandria in Egypt. The Lighthouse of Alexandria is the last of the 7 wonders of the world, which was also destroyed. It was between the 3rd and 12th centuries that the lighthouse finally fell. The leaders in Egypt, though, actually wanted to rebuild it in exactly its original location. The lighthouse was also called the Pharaoh's Lighthouse. It had been built on the island of Pharos. It was over 450 feet tall. The Ptolemaic kingdom constructed the lighthouse after the death of Alexander the Great. The structure had a square section on the bottom, a section in the middle shaped like an octagon, and at the top the section was circular in shape. During the time when the lighthouse was in service, a mirror was installed at the highest point of the structure and was employed as a guide to all the ships entering the harbor. The mirror was used by day, and during the night they used fire. It was said that the light could travel over 35 miles for sailors to see. Well into the 1990s, remains from the lighthouse were found in the nearby harbor of Alexandria. Some of the original fragments and pieces of the lighthouse were actually used in the building of the citadel of Quotibe in the year 1480. This citadel still remains standing today. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more interesting facts about the world. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time!